I'd like to start off by saying that I'm really appreciative of the people in my life who have adjusted to my really weird taste in music. Like, for instance, the other day my dad came up to me and he handed me a Tower of Power CD and a classical saxophone CD and was like, "Here you go, you're welcome." And I was like, well, he's got it. It's sunny out, it's warm, we're in a good mood. Let's talk about failure. What is failure exactly? I feel like failure can mean one thing to someone and something completely different to another. Like, for instance, when I see a guy walking down the street and his pants are, you know, belted below his butt, I consider that a failure. But to him, that could be so successful and he could feel so great about himself. That's awesome. If that makes him happy and if that's how he expresses his true self, all power to him. I'm gonna be frank with you that halfway through the year, this year, I failed my math class. Now, granted, I would honestly say that a huge part of the reason for this failure was because around halfway through the year, I kind of was sad a lot of the time because of a thing. So, you know, math homework was not a good time for me at all. I just wallowed in it and saw no point in doing schoolwork, physical work, or moving, or showering. Then I got an email from the teacher that basically was like, "You failed the class, don't come back because there's no point." And you know, when you get an email like that from a person that you respect in high regards, it's kind of a little soul crusher, just a bit. It took me a while to get to the place where I was ready to move on and take charge of the situation, and the situation was that I had failed. I had just failed. Like, there's no, like, redeeming, but you tried! I failed the math class. Ugh. Oh, I can see you now. That's fun. I feel like situations like that can turn out one way or another distinctly based on how you handle them. I immediately handled the situation the wrong way. Once I got that email, I was gone. I had a lot of conversations with my dad, basically me just being like, if I can't handle this one thing that happened to me and continue on with school at the same time, how am I gonna be successful at life? How am I going to continue on as a human if I can't handle my emotions good enough in this one situation not to continue with math homework? It took me a while to get to the point where I realized that it's okay to fail, because failing shows imperfections and imperfections show realness. You look at someone in your high school or your work or whatever social situation you're currently in, you see someone, they literally have everything handed to them and everything is easy for them, and look at them with all their friends and all their laughter and smiles. That person is just as imperfect as you, but I bet you 100% that they are so much more insecure than they let on. Everyone is insecure to a degree. There's varying degrees of insecurity. After I failed the math class, I immediately thought there's no point in continuing on because I had my chance and I failed my chance. I was completely wrong. Within that singular failure was a chance to not fail again. It was a chance to continue on, to progress, and to grow. That is an amazing opportunity. We continue growing despite whatever we are handed with. I love when cars drive past me and they see the situation, which is a girl sitting on a curb talking to her phone, and most of them are just like, okay, you know, whatever. It's a chick talking to a phone. 21st century, she can do what she wants. As though it is so easy to get wrapped up in feeling like you're not good enough because you failed one thing. You failed a class, a friendship, a relationship, to do the dishes even though you told your mom you were going to, and then you just forgot, and then you feel really bad because, you know, your mom's doing stuff too and you can't even remember to do the dishes. But the opportunity that you were given as a failure is that you have a chance to move on. Tell me below how your summer is going. Let me know what's happening in your life. Tell me about the 411. Tell me about the bros. Tell me about the host. We're on the move again because I have to be somewhere in like 5 minutes. Stay positive and remember that being a failure is not a bad thing. Being a failure means you're in a club filled with people who are just like you, and you know, we love you despite the fact that you frickin' can't even understand what the crap slope is about. Algebra, man, gets ya every time.